This is the second time in his 60 years that Syed Alam has been a refugee. He first crossed into Bangladesh to escape a Myanmar military crackdown in 1978, but was repatriated 2 years later. He says he managed to build a good life for his family back in Myanmar, where they had a house and some land on which they grew crops. But now, as refugees in Bangladesh, they have nothing. He's not sure if his land title will still be recognized. He's not sure there's anything to return to.
We can go back if we're recognised as citizens, if we get assurance of safety in being able to move freely. But how can we when our property's been captured by the Buddhists there?
Bangladesh has taken in more than 600,000 Rohingya refugees since a renewed Myanmar military offensive began in August. New arrivals continue to pour in daily. The government and aid agencies are struggling to cope, and the international community has called on Myanmar to create conditions in Rakhine that would allow the Rohingya to return.
One of the strong feelings that I got from talking to people here is that they feel that they don't belong, and they need to feel that they belong, which means that, for instance, there needs to be documentation, they need to have the freedom of movement, they need to be able to engage in livelihoods.
Here in Myanmar, government officials say they're ready to set up a repatriation process. But the reality is Bangladesh and Myanmar haven't yet been able to work out the details governing the eventual return of refugees. There have been previous repatriation deals. Between 1992 and 2005, Bangladesh repatriated some 230,000 Rohingya. Muhammad Yusuf, who fled to Bangladesh in 1991 to escape more violence, could have returned but chose not to. He says he didn't have the right to move about freely or practice his religion in peace in Myanmar. But it's a decision that still causes him pain.
My heart feels so heavy. It's a terrible feeling, and my heart cries and asks why I can't go home. I live so close to Myanmar.
He still dreams of going home, but he says only when conditions are right. Florence, Looi, Al Jazeera, Yangon.